Hi, what is up, everyone? I am going to talk to you today very briefly, unscripted, last minute, was not planning on being here, but I'm going to talk to you about why literally now is the best time to start or pick up your fitness journey. It's the most crucial time in your fitness journey. And I don't mean, I think you're going to be surprised by what I mean by this. I don't mean now because you just happen to be listening and you got to take action now. I literally mean now, like August 15th is the best time. And not as concrete as that. No, it's not exactly August 15th, but I mean mid August, roughly to around early September is the best time. I have been a personal trainer and a nutrition coach, mostly virtual, for over 10 years now. Okay. And I have seen a lot of patterns. There are a lot of things that have changed in the industry. There's a lot of things that have changed in terms of women and what they expect and what they want. There has also been a lot of things that have changed. 10 years ago for me, I was a new mom with infants at home. And now I'm a mom of a middle schooler and a fourth grader. And so there's a lot that's changed with me and my body and my expectations of myself, as well as the women that I work with. We're looking at hormones. We're looking at just things that fit into our lifestyle. It's no longer necessarily about postnatal for a lot of my clients, though a lot of them it still is. It's just a lot has changed and shifted, but there are patterns that I tend to notice do not shift and do not really change throughout the time. And this is one of those patterns that while I've seen things come and go and I've seen things shift, this is one that has not and has really held true. And in fact, the longer I do this, the more serious I get about this message. And you can also believe me because it's the literal reason why I do a back to school boot camp. I have done fat loss challenges, boot camps, just fitness and health challenges, step challenges. I've done New Year's challenges. I've done everything, name it, and I have tried it. And the back to school boot camp is one that I've now been doing. I think this will be my fourth or fifth year in a row doing it because it's just one of those ones that makes sense. It is the one that hasn't shifted or changed much. In fact, it kind of solidified in the process of doing all these others for this reason that you need to pay attention to. And it doesn't matter if you are a beginner and you've never lifted before, or you feel like you've never really been in a routine that you can maintain, or if you're more intermediate where you definitely lift and you're definitely fit and healthy and everything, but you feel like you're kind of spinning your wheels and you need that routine back, or if you're super advanced and any of that kind of applies to you as well. It literally applies to everybody. That right now is very, very crucial. And let me tell you why. The first reason is because the kids are back to school. And not everybody is a parent, I get that, but kids going back to school kind of signifies a creation of routine for the year. Whether you're a parent or not, guaranteed you have kids in your life or you're seeing this happen, and a lot of us are parents, it signifies the beginning of a new routine and expectations and all of that stuff. And we do that subliminally to ourselves as well. And not only that, but um a lot of times in the summer, we're generally off schedule. So I've definitely had clients where summer's actually easier for them to stay on track because they feel like they have a little bit more leeway than they do during the school year. This is especially true for teachers. A lot of my clients that are teachers feel like they can use the summer to create systems and routines and habits that then they can hopefully take into the next school year. So there's definitely populations of people that feel a little bit more free in the summer to create those. But there's also, I would say, the majority of people feel like they struggle and things get off track a little bit in the summer, and then they need to create that routine at the beginning of the year. There's a lot of reasons. Stay tuned because that is just one very practical reason. Okay. It's just the creation of routine and using this opportunity when pretty much the entire country is in routine mode, utilizing that to create those routines and expectations and normalities for yourself as well. Okay. The second reason is because I'm trying to decide which one I want to go with first because I have these two reasons that are bouncing in my head. I'm going to go with the Hallow Thanks Miss Eve one. Hallow Thanks Miss Eve is upon us. Now, New Year's Eve is a lot of times the time frame where you will see fitness and nutrition coaches and gyms and programs and diets and pills and all the things being advertised because it's like new year, new you, fresh start. I don't like New Year's Eve. I don't like New Year's for this time. This is not my favorite time. It is a good one. You'll see me talking in January about how this is a great time, but I'll never say it's the best time because now's the best time. And let me tell you why. Because all of the holidays have already passed. So in your mind, you've been eating, you've been drinking, you've been enjoying time, and January 1st, we all kind of feel ugh, right? So I have a thing that I do at that time of the year too. It's called the Foundations Challenge. I do that in January as well because it is a common time. However, if you have spun your wheels from now until January, and then now in January, you're looking to get on track, guess what happens? And again, I'm talking patterns that I have seen over 10 years. Guess what happens? Everybody wants to lose weight. Everybody wants to lose fat because you've just finished the holidays. You're feeling kind of gross. You're feeling kind of puffy in your jeans that are buttoning a little too tight because of the holidays, and the thick clothes, you've been kind of hiding under them all fall. So you haven't really like paid that much attention to it. Now all of a sudden you're ready to get back on track. You want to lose fat. And guess what is just around the corner? It's spring. And guess what follows spring? It's summer. And you know how close those seasons are to January? You start beginning January, mid January, you kind of get into it. All of a sudden it's February, all of a sudden it's March, and the sun is out and you're starting to feel warm. And it's this feeling of like, oh my God, I need to hurry up and lose fat and get on a diet so I can feel good in a bikini. And the problem with this is that it happens every freaking year because most people kind of subconsciously wait until January to start over. And by January, I'm not going to say it's too late because it's not too late, but it's not ideal. It's a little too late to do everything the right way, especially if you're beginners. This is where like January is a really crappy time to do everything the right way because what's the right way? It's eating at maintenance and building muscle and building your metabolism and all kinds of things that most people just want to lose fat. And while you can do both at the same time, I would assign you a slightly different protocol for each of those things, even if you can achieve them at the same time. And it just becomes this rat race. And when I have clients that start in January, February, I know exactly how to train them, more than happy to help them through it, but I can't wait till we get to September. Like literally when I have clients that sign on January, I'm just counting down the days till August, September, because I'm like, all right, we're going to do this, that, and the other to get you through this time period that I know you want to feel this certain way. But then when August and September hits, we're getting serious. And here's why. Because in September and August, we are ahead. We got the routine of the back to school, right? Whether you have kids or not, we've got that entire like mindset, all right? Or whether it applies to you or not, we've got that entire mindset. And Hallow Thanksmas Eve is what I lovingly call the holiday season that starts with Halloween and ends with New Year's Eve. Halloween is very close. It's at the end of October, and guaranteed it is the very beginning of the Hallow Thanksmas Eve holiday mashup. And I have always found that clients are so successful with managing that holiday period when they already have a very strong and consistent routine in place, number one. And number two, when they have already had the experience, this is important. When they have already had the experience of eating at maintenance or above and strength training to build strength and doing it like all the right way, utilizing progressive overload and pushing their weights in a way that their body is capable of, and it creates adaptations. When a lot of women still have not really spent time here, even if you think you have, if you think that you have spent time here because you followed this really cool program and you were eating 1,700 calories and that's more than you usually eat, then that you have not done it. I will say 99% of women will need to be eating 2,000 or more calories consistently and training with a periodized progressive overload program, which I do for my clients, by the way. Spend time there. Not only will it change your body physically, it'll change your metabolism physically, it will transform your mind. And clients are so much more successful when they've done those two things and then they go into the holidays, to the point where even when and I don't mean not eating and not enjoying, I actually mean eating and enjoying in a very smart and present way without constantly feeling guilty and feeling like you shouldn't be doing this, which are all the feelings that lead to you feeling like you were spit out of like a BB gun come January, rolling on the ground. You get up and you're like, where am I? It's time to lose body fat. Like, we don't feel that way because we've already learned how to do those things. And then we go into the holidays with a very practical mindset. We enjoy, we still feel a little like done, but it was expected. Instead of feeling guilty about it, we feel like, yep, that's what the holidays are. I've done all this work ahead of time. Now comes January. My metabolism is top notch. I have enjoyed my food, so my energy to track and pay attention to my food is actually quite high because I haven't been guilting myself into dieting for 6 months, which it's that mental fatigue that people who are dieting constantly, that mental fatigue makes it so it's really hard to do that 24/7, which is why you constantly feel like a failure because your expectations of yourself are misaligned with what you can actually do. So we get out of that guilt cycle so that we're actually ready come January. We've built muscle. We've utilized now mid-August, early September. Let's start September. You've got September, October, November, December. So we're using those months of high caloric intake to build muscle in the gym. 4 months. Let's go ahead and give it January, sometimes February. That's 5 to 6 months of building muscle, building metabolism, fixing your mindset, removing guilt, removing all of that stuff so that by March, April, May, we can go into a fat loss phase, which, by the way, I do a fat loss challenge at that time. I'm telling you, patterns. I do a fat loss challenge at that time. We can go into a fat loss phase feeling successful, energized, motivated. Our bodies respond because of those 6 months of muscle building work. Our bodies are ready for it. So instead of getting that fat loss resistance, you actually see progress consistently. Then we learn how to maintain over the summer. Then we repeat the process come September. And this is the routine you need to get in. I'm telling you, it's September. And for those that join my back to school boot camp now, I have clients, I will say, of my back to school boot camp. I do a foundations challenge over the holidays because we master the foundations, and I do a fat loss challenge in the spring. Of my 3 rotational programs, the back to school boot camp is the one where I retain the most clients on the back end, and I'm being really transparent with you. I retain the most because they're starting at this time where they can then come to foundations, learn and keep practicing those things, and then go through the fat loss challenge and get that accountability, and it's fun. And they go through all three and it just makes sense, right? And so my clients that are still with me, whether they're one-on-one or small group clients, enjoy, and they get them for free. So for outside people, there's a payment, but if you're already in, then it's free. So they get those for free, and it's this fun little thing that you can look forward to that helps you because, like I said in the beginning of this, it doesn't matter if you're beginner, it doesn't matter if you're intermediate or advanced. You still need to return to the foundations at least once a year, which is why we do foundations over the holidays. It's those reminders of like the big rocks that really matter. You get me as a coach the entire time. And then the fat loss challenge is fun because we're all kind of in a similar mindset. You've got me as a coach. We do your nutrition. You've got the accountability and the group to lean on. And it's a lot of fun. I don't know why I'm promoting my other 2 programs because the back to school boot camp is starting next week. I think it is in like a week and a half, the 25th of August. And I'm very excited about it. Like I said, this is my favorite one. If you haven't done a program with me yet, this is the one to do. If you have done a program with me before, then you already are probably signed up because you know that this is going to be a lot of fun. You're going to get access to my app. I'm going to write out a program for the boot camp that we're all going to be following. I always put regressions and progressions in there for anybody that doesn't have a full gym, just has dumbbells, is a beginner, needs more core work or core and pelvic floor. I always have new moms join that need core and pelvic floor focus, so I've got stuff in there for that. There's always like things. And then I have a bunch of other programs and workouts that if you just don't like it and want to do something else, I've got that too. I've got everything you can imagine in the app. I've got all of the nutrition. You can track your progress right in the app. It's got video tutorials for every exercise. But that's not even the coolest part. Like, that's pretty cool. But the coolest part is that you're with a group of other women that are in the exact same mindset as you. They're in a very similar place in life as you. Most of us have kids. We're busy. We lift. We care about our health and our fitness and our mindset and all of that stuff. And we encourage each other. It is the coolest community. And you get to come in and be a part of that. We do mini challenges every week. So one week might be the step challenge or track your protein and share it challenge. And there's all these like little things going on. And obviously the biggest prize is just feeling like you finally get on a routine that makes sense. So if you're in that position and you want, and it's not like, it's called boot camp, it's not like this everyday intense thing. It is very practical. It's like, here's a 3-day-a-week option, here's a 4-day-a-week option, here's optional cardio. There are lots of ways to make this fit in your life no matter where you're at with your schedule. So I hope to see you guys at the back to school boot camp. If you are interested in joining us, just comment below back to school, and I will make sure that you get that link. There is a $20 off early bird coupon going on right now. So if you get in this week, use the coupon code. Just send me a message and I'll send it to you. I don't want to give it out. I've given it out a couple times, but either way, just send me a message or comment below back to school and I will get you in. Now is literally the time. Take advantage of it. Don't sleep on it. We start August 25th, and I definitely want you there. And I think you need to be there, honestly. I think everybody needs to be there. All right. I'm going to pop over because I can't see comments here. And then I'm going to take my niece to the San Antonio Missions because that's what we're doing today. Have any questions? Any questions at all? I'm going to go check. I'm checking the comments if there's any live comments. If you are watching the replay, by the way, please say replay. And if you're watching live, go ahead and say hello. All right, sounds good. No questions today. I will see you guys shortly. Thanks for watching. Bye.